Hey there, hello. It's Tuesday, November 10, and you're listening to the Next LVL Podcast, Episode 3. I'm Emi Basavan, and with me, as always, is John Danho.
Hey, man.
And Meher Apo.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. Can't complain. It's been
Yeah.
a nice day. What about you, Meher?
Oh, it's been delightful.
Yeah?
Nothing short of delightful.
Oh.
Very good.
All right.
Well, we have a bit of a crisis right now because we have some new beer that we have to try out. And I am very cautious about this because the reason I bought it is because I like the packaging.
Oculto.
Oculto. It's a Mexican beer.
All right.
It has a picture of a skull on it.
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead skull. Skulls
Yeah.
are cool.
Yeah, I like
Day of the Dead
skulls.
is cool.
Blue agave infused.
Yeah, look, this thing has a lot of really cool buzzwords. So it's made in tequila barrels, which is a plus because tequila can be okay.
All right.
Blue agave infused. Is that's a sweet thing, right? That's like a berry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's pretend that it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is or why this is aged on tequila barrel staves, as it fucking tells me. But I guess I'll see how it tastes soon.
Yeah.
It says blended with beer aged on.
Oh, blended
mean?
with beer aged
Oh,
on
it's
tequila.
blended with beer aged on tequila.
That's-
barrel
Oh,
staves.
Okay.
okay.
So it's
Oh,
blended
man.
beer.
Oh, man.
They're two separately separately brewed beers.
All right.
that
Well,
are
I
just
mean,
mixed?
so far, just from all of this
man.
discussion alone, I'm not so sure what's going down.
All right, man. I'm gonna take a swig.
All
Okay,
right, man.
let's go.
Gross.
I mean,
can see why
it reminds
you
me of Corona. But it has like a weird aftertaste, right?
It's like it's like a shitty juice,
Yeah.
right?
It's a pretty shitty juice.
It's like a shitty juice.
I wouldn't qualify this as bad. I
Really?
wouldn't qualify it as good.
I wouldn't qualify it as beer, really.
I wouldn't qualify.
That's 6% alcohol, dude. That's very beer.
Oh, I mean, that's quite beer.
Th-
Yeah.
That's plenty of beer.
I don't know. It tastes like a weird juice / Corona / like fizzed out Coca-Cola. It's like a weird. It's like a weird amalgamation of like taste that like I could do.
You know what's
just
really
do
weird?
without. What?
I sort of like it.
Yeah. I don't dislike it, but
You're a fan of Oculto.
I don't know if I'd ever.
Fan.
Drink it after
that's,
tonight.
That's a big word, man. I want to call myself a fan, but it's not despicable.
Well, define despicable.
Like what beer I would describe as despicable?
Just define despicable in general as any term that you
Oh,
wish
man. I don't know.
to in any kind of like context. What's like despicable, and then what's this beer?
You know what's despicable?
What?
Fallout.
Fallout's not despicable. Why is Fallout despicable?
That's a bad game.
How's it a bad game? Dude? It's a great. Well, which one? You have to like.
Just in general, like the Fallout universe.
Oh, the
I-
Fallout universe is
I
just
think it's
awful,
lacking.
dude. I think you're just trolling, is what you're doing.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Just because I don't like your beer.
That
Huh?
was an insane jump, dude. It was like a defense mechanism. John was like, I don't like your beer. And he's like, Fallout sucks.
Oh no, I
Like,
don't
that
know.
was supposed to sting John.
I should have gone straight for Skyrim or Oblivion or
Oh
something.
no, I don't think we could continue
Straight
the
for the
podcast at that point.
Uh-oh.
dude. I think you would have to.
We would have to fight, huh?
It would end prematurely, dude. I'd figure out what else to do with this beer bottle afterwards.
I'm gonna drink it, dude. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
drink
gonna-
it. I'm gonna pretend like I'm holding a really just like a shitty.
Oh,
bottle of
come
juice.
on. It's not a bad thing.
Dude, it's
totally drinkable. It is
yeah,
drinkable.
it is. Okay, it's drinkable.
It's drinkable.
It's drinkable, but then so is like piss.
No.
Exactly.
No, this
You
is
could-
not drinkable.
Yes,
Piss
it
is
is.
literally drinkable.
Yeah.
You could survive off of your own piss.
Wait, really?
Okay.
That's true.
You could use it to like.
I mean, you run
get-
out of piss eventually.
Isn't that the thing you do
anything
with
new,
like
but-
eels or like stingrays or jellyfish if they sting you, right?
Yeah,
You-
I've
you
heard
pee
about
on
that
the
for
wound? I saw it on
Yeah,
Friends.
That's a totally different thing, but yeah, that's a thing too. Pee is actually apparently a very useful useful thing
Well,
that
I'm
we
glad
produce.
I'm glad our body produces piss, but this looks like piss anyway. So I mean, I guess the comparison is not too awful.
I kind of wish I was drinking
know.
piss right now.
I
instead
started-
of this.
I don't know. I think the bottle's pretty cool. It has keys on it. It has little
Mhm, mhm.
grooves on the head. I mean,
Oh no, the bottle's cool.
yeah, bottle's
bottle's
cool.
cool.
The packaging is cool.
The cap is cool as well.
Oh,
You
the
know-
cap is excellent. They're all different, man. Some of them have keys. Some of them have this weird G thing. It's cool.
Are there any with skulls on them, like the bottle, or no?
Skulls on the bottle?
No, skulls on the bottle cap.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
We have plenty of more. We have to experiment and keep going. We have to go deeper into the occulto. Nightmare.
The occulto cult.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Occulto is just surviving off of their like exceptional advertising. You know, like they
Advertise. Okay.
They can't.
I've
be,
never
they can't be
heard.
surviving. Off
I've
of
never
this
heard
beer.
of occulto before, like walking into the supermarket. Like I don't know about advertising.
Was it amongst like the rest of the Mexican beers, right? I imagine.
Yeah, it was next to a Modelo. I was gonna go for the Modelo because Modelo is
I love Modelo.
very decent.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Modelo's-
good beer.
You know what? Modelo's probably my favorite Mexican beer that I can think of off the top of my head. Modelo Negro.
Yeah,
I
no,
like it a lot.
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know. What's your favorite Mexican beer, Mahed?
I don't know Pacifico, but I just.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no,
Pacifico's
Pacifico's very good.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've had Pacifico.
It's very smooth. It's very goes down easy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the maltiest Mexican beer.
All right.
It's not really malty, but it's the maltiest.
Okay.
Is it those like warm bottles of beer that have stayed in your back house for weeks?
Oh
now?
yeah, it's
That's
one of those.
Pacifico. Oh,
It's one of
okay.
those.
All right, cool.
Nice.
There's a
Yeah.
pump cake, a Pacifico,
I don't know.
Oh,
what
the
else.
pump kick was so legit.
an Amstel.
Pump kick was absolutely
Yeah.
legit. Yeah. Too
Yeah,
bad
dude.
the season's over, so we're
No,
stuck
no.
with Occulto.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Honestly,
shit
the
is
more
so
I
bad.
drink it, the more I drink it, the worse like it is.
It's so
I'm not
bad.
even
We're
kidding.
just talking
You guys are
about other
wussies.
beers that we like.
You guys are wussies, man. This is excelente. This is
Oh man, like it's the only beer I think I've ever like swigged from that like I'm tempted to like make a face after it slithers down my throat, dude. Like I'm actually like making like an uncomfortable face every time I take a swig of this beer, and that doesn't happen with beer. That
Well,
happens
I
with
mean-
like vodka or tequila or whatever. But like,
we've got plenty of Coors. Help yourself.
no,
I know how much you love Coors, John.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I think I'm gonna actually have a Coors later as opposed to this. And I'm not even kidding at all.
You guys are nuts. This is okay.
No, dude. My final words on this is it tastes good. It tastes all right.
Okay,
It
so
tastes like
let's give a
juice.
verdict. Let's
In
give
the
a
context
verdict.
of beer, it's absolute shite. It's,
Okay.
It's terrible.
No,
But
let's
as-
give a verdict.
In the context of something that I'm drinking and just consuming, it's all right. It's good.
Okay, so your verdict, Maher, your verdict is all right.
All right slash
No,
shit,
no.
shit in
No
the
slash.
context of beer. That's my answer.
So all right. I also say it's all right. John?
My verdict is I'd rather have a Coors Light,
Oh wow,
and that's saying
that's saying a lot.
a great deal.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
saying very little.
I'm not even being facetious. I think I would rather have a Coors Light.
To the unaware listener, that's a -2 out of 10 on John's scale.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
boy.
that's the beer company owes me money, even though I didn't even pay for this beer.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm always ahead of myself, man. That's my style.
Occulto, gentlemen.
Occulto, bringing families together since.
Excelente.
Talking about Excelente, we've got a special episode today.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about Nintendo for a little bit. We're going to be talking about the company as a whole, their business decisions, the games from their past, their present, and kind of what to expect from them in the future. So yeah, I guess let's dive right in, huh guys?
Yeah, Nintendo.
And you know what, dude? Nintendo is just gonna be a staple, or it has been a staple since I was a kid, and it's gonna probably be a staple until I die. In some way, shape, or form, it's always gonna be there, dude. Like it's a giant. You can't topple that kind of.
Well, since we're talking about that, before we get into the games themselves, I mean, I think you were telling me a little while ago that Nintendo was suffering business-wise, like they were losing money. Is
Oh
that
yeah,
still
they
true?
definitely were. I don't know if it's still true because this last year for them has been pretty good. Because feel free to like throw in some ideas if I'm missing stuff, but they had a few big games come out this year or like recently. One was the Super Smash that really helped them
Super
out a
Smash was that this year or was that last
lot. That
year?
was,
It was
late
recent.
last year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was very recent. Splatoon.
Yeah.
Although people don't think about it as like a console like feature, it had a huge marketing campaign behind it. Absolutely, like probably one of Nintendo's biggest marketing campaigns went into Splatoon.
And it's kind of crazy that it still flew under the radar, sort of.
Yeah, it did. In a
I wouldn't
couple
say
ways.
it went under the radar. I think a lot of people knew about it, and a lot of people have it. A lot of people still continue to
that
play
true?
it. Yeah,
I think under
that
the
game
radar,
is all right.
I think under the radar meaning like it it's not like something everybody who owns a Wii U will own.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
didn't
mean?
make a
Yeah.
splash. You know, you go into a Wii. yeah.
Nice.
You know, you go into a Wii U owner's house and he has Smash.
Yeah.
He has Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Now he has Mario Maker.
Yeah.
You know, but what I meant by under the radar is it's not necessarily, you wouldn't expect it to be in someone's library of games.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
I mean,
maybe
it
I
is
might be wrong.
very different from what Nintendo usually puts out. Like, it's a shooter.
Yeah, that might
you
be
know,
the reason.
You know, like the closest thing they have to this was Mario Sunshine. if you
Yeah,
think about
I
it.
suppose.
Yeah.
I personally love Splatoon. I
Yeah.
think Splatoon is probably one of their better games. That's just the aesthetic, the music, everything about it is just very charming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it a lot.
And like their business model of it was very interesting. It turned off a lot of people at first, just because if you guys remember, they locked a lot of content on the disc, and they would release patches every week that would unlock stuff in the disc. So it was a very slow stream of new content that it would give the players. And the whole point of that was to prevent people from burning out too quickly, because they wouldn't give you all the weapons. They wouldn't give you like immediately unlock everything. You slowly did it week after week.
Yeah, that seems to be a Nintendo thing.
They did that
like
with Mario Maker.
Mario Maker,
Yep.
the map making.
Yep. And I think I am 100%. I think it's a good idea.
You know, I think
Especially
it's a
for
good
people
idea
like
too.
me that I burn out on games very, very quickly. Like I tend to binge, like hours and hours. I put it into it. And then, like I just get bored of it. But getting the slow stream of content come in, like it's cool.
No, I
It's
also
nice.
think
it's
it's a
a
good
reason
idea.
to turn on the system every week.
I mean, the minority of people who are like super advanced at map making and they don't have access to all the stuff early in the game, they'll just have to be, unsatisfied, because I agree that's a great method.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really appreciate it, particularly if the content is already locked on the disc and then they're phasing it to me. I don't like that at all. Now, if they're releasing it as additional like content for myself that wouldn't have been on the disc otherwise, like if it's extra, I totally understand that. But if you're literally selling me part of a game and then you're deciding when I can and cannot play, that's not the kind of game I would like to purchase at all. And so, I mean, I understand for certain taste, like your taste, I mean, like that you would rather have it like come in phases and come in so you don't get overwhelmed, so you don't binge too heavily and you don't like just burn and stop playing the game. But at the same time, it's like selling me 2/5 of the game and then giving me the third fifth, the fourth fifth, and then the fifth, all like in the next month. Like for what purpose? Like why are you deciding the pace that I want to play the game?
You
No,
know,
that's fair enough. That's a good.
Yeah, I don't
good
know
point.
if I-
let me counter that good point, which it is, with something else. I think a lot of people who play Mario Maker are also sort of young, right? I mean,
I don't know.
I would say it's a mix.
it's always a mix.
Yeah.
Nintendo is like an all ages
Nintendo has
thing.
like a big
But,
demographic.
I mean, I
Yeah.
was just thinking to myself just now, it's kind of easy to forget as a 22-year-old talking about Nintendo and their games and like what my opinion of the game is, that this game is also designed for like my 12-year-old cousin to pick up
Sure.
and have a lot of fun with, just as much fun
even
as me.
younger kids too.
Even younger kids.
Yeah.
That's kind of my counter, is that Nintendo, I think, keeps that in mind and makes it that's what makes it all inclusive, that I don't mind that they bring stuff in steady flows for that reason.
You know what? And I'll concede that point, and I'll bring you back to what I was saying, that Nintendo will never be toppled because they're a giant, because they know who they're catering for. They're not trying to like they're not like an Xbox One, or they're not like a PS4 that have a bunch of like casual games on it for who even plays these dumb casual games on those systems. Like, and then they also have like Call of Duty, and they also have Arkham Knight, and they also have these like mature games that are for older demographics, right? Nintendo knows who they're marketing for.
Yeah.
They're marketing for kids, and it just so happens that their games are charming enough, in-depth enough, and generally just well received all across the board that we play it as 22, 24, 25, 26-year-old adults and still find enjoyment is a bonus to them, probably.
Yeah.
But they're never going to, I don't think they're ever going to really cater towards us. They're always going to be for the kids.
No.
And that's why they're never going to go away. They're just a big toy company.
That's
They're
also
a giant
but
digital toy company.
That's the thing. Like in a way, they are sort of catering to us, like catering to our nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
about to say no. That's what makes them so brilliant, in my
Yeah.
opinion, is that they evoke that childlike sense of wonder when you're playing.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of nostalgia, then tell me, what is your most nostalgic moment with Nintendo? What is like the moment that like made Nintendo for you. I'm a head holder.
You're kind of basically asking me what my favorite Nintendo game is.
I am, and I want to hear the story.
Okay, it's not really much of a story. It's the first Nintendo game that I played, which also might have something to do with why it's my favorite. Super Mario 64.
All right, dude. Very solid choice. What's up?
Man, I could give both technical and sentimental reasons as to why I love that game.
And you should.
Okay, technical, I'll just get into it a little bit. You know, the word revolutionary is thrown around a lot, but that game truly was revolutionary.
Sure.
It wasn't the first 3D platformer, but it was the first game that allowed an open space for you to explore to the degree that it did.
Yep.
On the N64. It was the very first game that gave you that open world freedom.
It was a launch title.
It was.
Yeah, it came with a bundle, I remember.
And it was also, this was very interesting for me to even find out when I was, just reading up on it like a while ago. It was the first game to introduce like iconic Mario moves, like the ground smash, jumping up and smashing the ground, like
really?
the
They
triple
didn't
jump.
have that in the earlier Mario games, huh?
No, it was the very first.
Interesting.
They didn't have that in Yoshi's Island or any of the...
No ground smash, no triple jump, no somersault. That really cool
of
somersault.
course.
You hold
With the
crouch and you
coolest
jump.
somersault that Mario does. It's so awesome.
The triple jump one?
Both the triple jump, yeah.
Yahoo!
Yeah, exactly. That was from there. It paved the way for so many like liberties that they could take with future Mario games.
Yeah.
And a little funny tidbit on top of that. If you remember correctly, Super Mario 64, you were allowed to punch and kick.
Yeah.
There was a command that lets you punch and kick.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo scratched that after Super Mario 64. In all of the future main title Mario games, there weren't
can't
any
attack,
punching or kicking.
There was in at least one of the Mario parties that some of the mini games you could punch and
Oh,
kick.
right, yeah, but those are mini games. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's not like a regular ass Mario
I
game.
understand. Just worth noting, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I love that punch and that kick though. Like
Yeah, no, it was fun.
like that's all he does, dude. For like he's hitting blocks.
That was
He's
pretty
hitting
good.
grips. Yeah, no, dude. Oh man, I do a mean Mario. I do a very mean Mario.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. I don't know if they just sat in a room after the game was launched, after it was wildly successful, and for some reason decided, that punching kick, it's a little too violent. I mean, I don't think so. It was
Against
really cool.
Goombas and Koopas and
Yeah, man.
God knows what else.
You shouldn't punch them. Just jump on their head and flatten them.
What I loved about Mario 64 is not only like all the stuff it added, like you were saying, like the somersaults, the ground pound and stuff like that, but it basically utilized all those moves that you have now with Mario towards getting stars in your completion of the game. So like the most evident example is like the first level. You could ground pound that stump that the Chomp Bomb is tied to, and you ground stomp that even though it's a move never before seen by Mario, and you get the star. But you would really never know to do that in general until like you get to that circle of stumps and you can see what you remember that circle of stumps in the field. Yeah, no, it was very good at introducing what you needed to do without holding your hand, without doing anything of the sort, and it was just an enjoyable like.
It's just good game design,
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Like it's impeccable game design. Just the way that they included all the mechanics to make you win the game, to help you win the game. Yeah,
and those were technical reasons, but I'm not gonna get too much into the sentimental because
no, you should.
I mean, listen, man, it's hard for me to express myself when it comes to something that I adore this much. I truly find it hard to do it justice, But let me just describe it in a single word that you, yourself have used to describe Mario through the years. Charming, man.
Yeah.
It's absolutely charming. It just it makes you happy. It's a game that you can't sit there and play Mario and see him go wahoo, and do all that crazy stuff, going around messing with the ghosts, jumping in paintings. You can't play that game in a pessimistic or a sad or a despondent state of mind. You simply can't. The game makes you happy.
Yeah.
It makes you happy and it charms you.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it so much, because it just instantly brings me into a world where I am unconditionally happy.
Are you talking about that game in particular, or just Nintendo's kind of universe or multiverse or whatever?
You know what? I would say that about Nintendo's multiverse, but Nintendo is a bit too complex for me to say that. Like the Zelda titles. Yeah. The Zelda titles are...
Zelda, you can be a super pessimist and play Zelda.
Zelda, you can be completely depressed and play Zelda.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And Zelda will depress you.
Yeah,
even
sometimes
if
it
you're
can.
not depressed.
Yeah, no, it can.
Which you know what, that brings me to a question. What about you, John? What brought that magic?
It was actually Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
That-
that's what I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Not only is it my favorite Nintendo game of all time. Period. It's like simply put, like it can never be topped for me. And not only because it's a popular game. Just I'll tell you the story of why it's even relevant.
Please do.
But just it informed the rest of my gaming tastes from childhood till now, because it was the first quote unquote RPG that I had ever played, and to this day RPGs are my favorite genre of game, and I think it has a lot to do with how Zelda was. So the first time I had my Nintendo 64, right? I had my Nintendo 64. I had gotten it. It was a funny story. I was going to Armenian school, like Saturday school, and I had come home. And my parents told me to go take the trash to like the bin, which was like down the driveway because I was in a townhouse.
Okay.
I come back and the trunk of my car is just open. My mom's car is just open, and there's the N64 bundle with
Oh man.
Super Mario 64 in
Joy,
there.
man.
Like
Joy.
you don't understand. You have like I can't even begin to tell you like what I was doing at that time. Like when I saw that there, I cannot articulate it. I cannot articulate the pure amount of unadulterated joy that I will never feel again in my life for anything else that I felt for that moment, right? So, but the thing was, like, Nintendo, I was a Sega kid. I didn't grow up on Nintendo. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I didn't
getting
know
the
that either.
N64 was really cool and really joyful, as I said, but it didn't, like, mean anything in terms of Nintendo for me. It was just another console. Like, it was just, like, something amazing to have, right? But until I went to my cousin's house. Okay, this is after I had gotten my N64, and he was playing Zelda Ocarina of Time on his N64, and he was a lot older than me. He's like, I think 5-6 years older than me, and I was maybe like 7 at the time. I don't know, like just very young. And he's playing it, and I'm watching him play, and I remember the exact part that he was at. He was starting the Forest Temple. Okay, so he was starting the Forest Temple, and he was going towards the Forest Temple as adult Link. And there's those giant ogres that basically stall your path in that maze. That's the Kokiri Wood, or the Lost Wood rather. And like just the way the ogres like come down with their like bludgeons, they just yell like that, and then like there's this really subtle echo of the entire valley, and it's kind of dark and it's green and it's beautiful, and you have to like time everything rhythmically, and like they charge you and they hit you. You get to that courtyard and you have to like hook shot up into the, or like something you either climb or you hook shot up into the tree, and like there was just something so fantastical, so mystical about it that I never experienced in my life beforehand. Like I never knew that gaming could be that way. Like I knew gaming was gaming. Like I knew it. I grew up on Sonic the Hedgehog. Like that was my main thing. I had a Game Boy. I played like Pokemon. I played all this stuff, but like never had I envisioned something so like fantastical and so like art. It's so artistic. Like the music, like it's not even music. It was like this like.
I was about to say, I'm glad you mentioned the ogre, because the sounds in that game are what honestly I think sets it apart.
That subtle echo when he's like moaning or whatever, and then when you roll and Link goes like like that, you just hear it like echo throughout the Lost Woods. Like that's just mind blowing. That's a mind blowing sensation. That's just like out of this world that I can't even. I don't know. Like I'm just losing my way here in articulating it, but it really like informed my decision to love games. You know what I mean? Like it really informed the way that I play. It informed like the things that I look for in games. It informed everything, and it did it so unexpectedly. It did it from the back of my like I was watching the back of my cousin as he was glued to the screen. I hadn't even played it, and I was just hooked. And then I played it, of course, and it was just like beyond anything I could ever imagine.
And let me just add on to that, because I think I went through a similar thing when it comes to having this sort of realization after playing a game that this game could be more than just, haha, I got points, I did this, and I won.
Haha.
You know, I was just talking about how much I adore Super Mario 64, but to a degree, it's still... It almost broke my heart to choose that over Zelda, because I love Zelda so much. But the thing about Zelda is, and what makes them different, and it doesn't make anything better than the other, but Zelda also just introduced mature themes to the young me, you know?
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's incredibly ambitious of Nintendo to do that. To
Yeah.
attempt to
Yeah.
introduce these crazy, dark,
The time travel.
sad
It's
ideas
Yeah.
to children playing this game who bought the game initially just thinking it's, you're an adventure. You're a kid with a sword and you're adventuring.
That's the thing. Like, that's why I don't think Nintendo caters their content for kids. I think they keep in mind that older people also play it. Older people
But-
will also find appreciation in it.
But dude, what if they cater it to the kids who they're molding almost like
they have a master
Their
plan.
master plan.
they're
yeah.
grooming future fans. That's how
But
I
yeah,
see it.
I mean they've done, I mean it's not like Ocarina of Time was the first Zelda game. There were Zelda games that preceded it, and I think they were just following the tradition of making it difficult, making it story driven as opposed to their gameplay driven other titles. You know,
Mhm.
Was
Uh,
it difficult? I don't remember it being
as a
difficult.
kid, it was hell.
I
of
see.
difficult.
Ocarina
Okay.
of Time.
Sure.
Yeah, it's when you're first time playing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
you're a
that
kid.
water
I remember
temple.
the water
dude.
temple being
As an
yeah,
adult,
like a
that
real
water
I
temple.
still can't beat the water temple
Yeah.
right now to this day. I need
Okay.
I need a guide or I need some, like there's no,
No,
way.
it's
That temple
hard.
is obnoxious.
No, it's been a while since I've loaded that game up. So
Oh yeah, it's difficult. The puzzles are pretty.
But like I don't know, it's
pretty
but
hard.
it just had that. You know, we were talking about Dark Souls a couple weeks ago, right? And and I was saying how Zelda is very much like Dark Souls. It had a similar vibe in the way like when you die in Zelda, you just respawn at the beginning of the place, but with less hearts. You know, like even though it was difficult, it never punished you. It just challenged you. It made you want to go through the temple because you know you're going to be rewarded with something when you're done. You know, the emblem or whatever. You're going to get like a boss item, you know, like a badass, a hook shot, a boomerang, like a bomb. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're just like a random medieval guy, like an elf or whatever Link is, and you're throwing bombs, you know? Like, you're a Hylian, I guess. Like, I don't know. To me, it encapsulated everything that, like, a childlike wonderment that Nintendo is known for, as well as mixing in those very dark and mature themes, like with the time travel, with everything else. So, I don't know. I'm glad I got to actually share that story because I don't get to I don't get to tell very often why I love Zelda more than like most Nintendo games. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a testament to Nintendo's excellence that we can talk about Mario 64 and how it's sort of geared towards just being like a children's game almost. Like you wouldn't initially assume that
yeah.
a 20-year-old is going to sit down and play that game. To Ocarina of Time, you know, the jump there, it's quite a jump. It's quite a jump.
it is. They're very different games. They're very different games, but I feel like at the core they have a very similar
Oh, man.
philosophy.
I'm not even going to begin to talk about Conker's Bad Fur Day,
Oh,
which
boy.
is probably my
That
third
wasn't-
favorite
that
Nintendo
game is
game of all
not
time.
that's not a Nintendo
That's
game.
not
That
a
was
Nintendo
rare.
first
That's a
party.
rare game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, didn't Conker used to be a Nintendo IP, and then they gave up on it after Conker's Bad Fur Day?
I don't believe. I think it was always Rareware.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was always Rareware.
Hold on. The Conker's Bad Fur Day loading screen is a big N, Nintendo.
Well, that's because it's
and then
on.
Conker chainsawing it and then putting Rareware in the
Hey,
Oh
yeah, no,
boy,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see what
yeah.
I mean? I think
Yeah.
it was Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then it became Rareware, and then there was a falling out because Nintendo didn't want Conkers to be, made the way it was with, how crude it was.
It was very crude. I actually played it over the summer with your brother, Mahed.
Oh, man.
And I don't know, like I can see why someone would enjoy it as a kid, but I didn't really care for it as an adult. Like I was like, all right, like
Oh, man. It's hilarious.
I might want to give it another chance maybe, but just like the gameplay itself was so clunky and so unintuitive and just like kind of awful that the charm of the game was lost.
Dude, it's not
behind
even
that.
the charm to me. It's the humor. It was
the Great Mighty Pooh
It
and
was
all that.
absolutely hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
The
I mean,
troops storming Normandy, like wee French like dogs and blowing
Yeah.
up teddy bears' heads and
Matrix sequences and
yeah, or like the club scene where it's just a bunch of dancing rocks and you have to piss on the rocks for them to roll and break a door. Like it's just they went wild, man. They just did whatever they wanted with that
They
game.
did, yeah.
And they came out with a gem.
I can respect it. I can respect it. I just don't know if I would play it. That's all.
for sure.
I think I would maybe watch it or I would, but I don't think I would play it now. Because I did try it and it just, all of that humor to me is just lost behind very, very clunky controls.
When was the first time you played it? Like when you were a kid?
No, the first time I played it was now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the first time I played it was this summer with Mahed's
I
brother.
guess like he's
That-
missing out on the nostalgia bit of it.
That might have
like,
had something
yeah,
to do
yeah.
with it.
I mean,
Yeah.
but as I said, I can respect it as a game.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
not my style.
the power of nostalgia, man.
Yeah, no, it powers almost
absolutely.
everything.
It's just it makes everyone just super biased.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
You know what, dude? Nintendo is a company of bias. Nintendo is straight up the company of bias, bro. People are gonna die. Like, people would defend Nintendo to their grave, and
I
that's just
would. I would.
that's just how it goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good fan base.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and take a little break, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back.
It was a pretty long break, dude, but I've had a burning question all throughout.
Uh-oh.
All throughout.
Uh-oh.
I mean, my baby beautiful boy.
Okay.
us,
I
Sean.
want to know your fondness for Nintendo, man. I want to explore that because me and Maher spoke to death.
Yeah.
So please
Yeah,
hit
so-
me.
I think I'm coming from a slightly kind of different world because I got an N64 pretty late into that console cycle. Like I was a Sony guy. I had a PlayStation 1, and a lot of my nostalgia for gaming comes from PS1 games. It was
Okay.
like Tekken and Crash and
all
those kind of
all
games.
very good games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
But-
condolences.
No,
What?
not at all.
No,
Not at all.
no, no,
That's
no.
different. That's a different podcast that I would love to dive into.
We will.
But-
We will. On Crash
Yeah.
and Tekken, easy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so like a lot of my fondness for Nintendo comes more recently, like going back and playing those older games and playing more of their recent stuff. Kind of the one thing that gets me about Nintendo is just good game design, and that's what they've always been for me. And I love them, and yeah, I'm always very excited for their new content. And yeah,
What's your absolute favorite game? What's like the game that speaks to you the most?
my
that
favorite.
not only encapsulates Nintendo, but like just speaks to you like as a gamer. Just
My favorite Nintendo game, and probably one of my favorite games of all time, is Mario Kart 8
I knew it.
on
Okay, dude.
on the Wii U. That is like we were talking about charming before
Yeah.
the break. Man, that game is charming. That game, like, from everything, it just makes me happy. It just brings a joy.
You know,
The music, just the look of it, it's fun. That game is just fun.
what was that map that you love so much?
Oh man, Wild Woods.
Wild Woods. That's the map that when I saw that map,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, wow.
You
It
start
is-
off regularly like in a cart, everything seems fine, and then you realize that you're vertical on a fucking tree.
Yeah, you know,
And that's when it all clicks. You get the perspective of, wait a second, like I'm on a gigantic freaking tree.
I still think my favorite part of that level is the Toadstool Village. That's the best part.
The
in my
Shy
opinion.
Guy Village.
Oh, Shy Guy Village. I'm so sorry. The Shy Guy Village. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
easily my favorite part of the whole.
Yeah,
Of
when
the
you're
whole
flying
level.
inside the tree itself,
Yeah,
and
no.
there's
Yeah,
those
no.
little
And
huts and
those little huts,
yeah.
and they're like cheering from the sides and all this stuff. You know, it's like normal Nintendo fanfare, but like for whatever reason in Wild Woods, it's just a little bit extra joy.
dude,
It's just
know-
a little bit more. I don't know the colors. I don't know what it is.
honestly, us getting so giddy about it is completely warranted.
yeah,
Because,
Yeah.
dude, they spend so much time and effort on just the backgrounds
Yeah.
of these games.
Mhm.
That's what's crazy. You know, I've noticed every time we play Super Smash or Mario Kart, for example, or any of these games, like let's say I'm just playing and you both are just sitting there and watching me
Yeah.
play. Like
Yeah.
it's happened before.
It's happened a lot.
I'm just playing and I'm like super focused into my race, and John will be like, "Oh, dude, that thing in the back,
yeah.
it's so cool." And
yeah, no, I love the backgrounds. The backgrounds are my favorite part
No,
of,
yeah.
of most of these games.
It's
yeah.
crazy because you literally have to be not playing the game to notice some
Yeah.
of these things.
Yeah.
You know, you're so focused on racing that you like it would be impossible for you to notice some of
That's
these little
why.
subtleties.
That's why a lot of the time, at least for me, it's a lot more fun to watch people play
Mhm.
Mario Kart than it is to actually play it.
Okay, dude.
Because you know what, that game can get a little frustrating.
Yeah, no, easy. I mean, you guys know
To
this
say the
from
least.
experience, but I only prefer to watch Mario Kart. I
Yeah.
don't even play. I'm absolute shit at Mario Kart. Like,
Okay.
I can't drift. I don't know like just the basic concepts of it are just beyond me. Like I'm just like
Dude,
I've
we're
lost it.
all shit. Honestly, everyone who plays that game is shit,
I
except
don't
for
know.
that 169,000 dude who
Oh
we
yeah,
saw.
that guy
No,
from
no, no, no.
Japan or whatever.
I have gotten to a point, so depending on how well you do in Mario Kart, it gives you a score, and it matches you up with people closer to that score.
Okay.
So I broke 4K quite a bit ago,
Yeah.
Well done.
and
We broke
yeah.
4K.
no,
We all did.
no. We
No?
got close. We didn't do it. I did it by myself.
Oh, okay, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
No, I broke it by myself.
All right,
clap.
all right.
And now it only puts me with fucking pros. Like I only get matched up with Japanese people. It is tough, guys.
They're the pros,
It gets- yeah,
Dude,
they are.
they have the home field advantage, dude. It's their game.
Oh no,
It's
absolutely.
like all them, dude. No, I mean, you know what? I even think it was released for them earlier, right? So they've been.
I
playing
don't think so. I think
No,
it was
was that
around the same. Maybe a bit
That-
earlier
that might
for
have been
them, but it
Splatoon.
might just be negligible. No, it was Yoshi, the new Yoshi game. It got
Splatoon
released for them.
was the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, Splatoon was released for Japanese like a fair while earlier than anywhere else.
Interesting.
Hey,
Yeah.
guys.
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry to shit on the loving Nintendo parade just
Uh-oh.
just for a tiny bit,
Oh,
but there
God.
was just the one. I was just thinking, what can I even find anything that I didn't like about that game? And I actually did
What,
find
Mario Kart
something.
or what?
Yeah, just
Oh.
the one tiny little thing.
What?
Okay.
It was just kind of gross when I was looking through the vehicle list, and I saw the Mercedes.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. So like, yeah, they added 3 different Mercedes cars, like Mercedes branded cars,
Yeah,
like
tell
a
me-
CLS. And
Tell
like
me
some
that's a
other stuff.
little gross.
It's free.
Dude, I mean, I'm on a
Yeah,
little.
it's cool they don't make you pay.
Yeah.
It's very
If they
nice.
made you pay, then like that would be a completely different conversation. But
Yeah.
it's just
Dude, even if they don't make you pay, I go from having Donkey Kong on a little bucket with wheels on it, and like boosting on that
Fat-ass
bucket
Mercedes,
to like
dude.
just being in a CLS. Like, all right,
yeah.
thanks
Like,
Nintendo. Thanks, dude.
Like, okay, so there are bits of Mario Kart that's a bit weird. Like that's definitely one of them. Bringing in like Animal Crossing, bringing in
Dude,
Hyrule, like Link and
I
stuff
love-
like that. That's the stuff that kind of grosses me out a little. Like it just like racing around Hyrule, and instead of coins, you're hitting rupees, and you hear the rupee sound.
It feels a little
It
wrong.
feels wrong.
but dude, tell me. Okay, you know what? I'll buy your whole thing about Hyrule. I love the Hyrule map, and I love the rupees. I think that's creative as fuck.
No, yeah, it's cool.
Okay, but I understand why you'd be grossed out.
Yeah.
But tell me, like, straight to my fucking face, dude, you don't think Animal Crossing is a good map?
Oh no, it is.
It's like an amazing fucking map.
Yeah.
The seasons change, like winter, fall,
Mhm.
summer, spring. Like, and it does daytime and nighttime too, I think, for each one. And maybe?
I think it's just the different seasons. Some of the seasons, winter is at night.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, just like, tell me that's not like just a phenomenally beautiful map.
No, yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what? All of them are. All of them are. Can you even think of a map that
yes,
you don't
I
like?
can.
Actually, I can think of only one.
The Rainbow Road one. They have 3 Rainbow Road ones.
Oh, there's a third one?
Yeah, it's the very simple one, the very flat one with the
Thwomps?
with the thwomps.
Yeah, I don't like that one either. But I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking of that Candy Lane or whatever, the one that just goes in a straight circuit. What is it called?
Baby Park.
Baby Park. That one's dumb.
Yeah.
Baby Park is like uninspired, stupid. Like,
Well, Baby Park, that's from the GameCube one.
sure, dude, but like,
Like,
it's
they
not a
wanted-
good
it's-
one. They should have. I don't know.
I don't know.
They're
I sort of
probably
like
better
that map. It gets very hectic. It gets fun.
one. Okay.
It leads
dude.
to some really cool comebacks.
Okay, I'll say I'm literally speaking from the perspective of like an observer.
Okay.
I am maybe if you play it, it's better, but just from watching it, like Baby Park is boring as hell. Like,
Sure.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Easy.
No, because it's just like so much chaos and so much craziness going on. Sure.
All right, man.
So, I mean, did you play the old Mario Kart? Or is this the first Mario Kart you played?
No. I played the N64 one. I played the GameCube one. I didn't play the Wii one. I forgot which one that was.
I don't know
but,
what it was called. Double Dash was. Oh, Double Dash might have been
Double Dash was GameCube.
GameCube. Okay.
Yeah, that one was actually pretty fun. That was the one that you either love it or you hate it. Did you guys ever play
I heard
that?
Why
most
is
people
that?
love it.
I think it's very mixed. It's because on your cart you have 2 different people on your cart and you switch between them. So you could store weapons. You could store
Oh.
like a mushroom. You could store a shell.
I guess they kind of they wanted to just be super creative with they were tired of the formula, I guess, for whatever reason.
Maybe. I honestly think they did a great job. I'm a pretty big fan of that game. But then again, like it's been a while since I've loaded that up. So
As I said, dude,
Maybe it's aged
I'm
poorly.
awful at Mario Kart 8. I'm awful at Mario Kart 7 through the rest.
Well, I mean,
like
like,
I'm
do you
literally
guys-
awful at all of them. Like,
do you guys
shit.
like racing games at all? Like do you guys
No.
ever go into that?
Nope, not at all. I
My
don't
head.
care for racing games.
The racing game I played before before Mario Kart was Gran Turismo.
Oh hell yeah!
How was that?
On the PS? And I mean, that was fun.
That was
Back in the
fantastic,
day,
though.
that
You know
was
what
fun.
I want to play? You know what I want to play, and I want to see if I enjoy is the F-Zero X games.
Is that
The-
ever going to come out on the Wii U?
I
What are they
don't
doing with
know.
F-Zero? The closest thing they have is the 2 maps on Mario Kart.
Yeah, which are fucking amazing maps.
You know,
by
yeah,
the way,
no, they're fantastic.
literally, probably my favorite maps on the whole thing is
Big
the
Blue.
Big Blue,
Oh.
and also Mute
No,
City.
that,
dude.
that brings up an interesting question. Why did they never do that? Why
It
did they
doesn't
never?
have a fan base, dude. It honestly, like,
It's
it has like a very niche.
They have their racing game. You know, like why would they divide up their racing fans into 2 different games?
I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess.
like if I could choose between Mario Kart and F-Zero, I'm gonna take Mario Kart. And I'm
would
sure a
wanna
lot of
play,
people would.
I would want to play F-Zero though.
No, yeah, no. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not that I wouldn't. It's just Mario Kart has a very special place in a lot of people's hearts.
It's so funny that Captain Falcon is a huge fucking character in Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
But his games aren't even made anymore.
When
You
was
know?
the last one they made an F-Zero game?
I
Was it like a
don't
handheld thing?
Bro, I think it's for the N64. There was definitely a F-Zero game.
Yeah, that game was cool. I
Yeah.
played that quite a bit.
I mean, sure, dude. Like, it's the same as Star Fox, but they're making a new Star Fox, but they hadn't for a while. You know what I mean? They just
When was the last Star Fox game? That was on the Wii.
that
If
was
I remember
the
correctly, like-
Adventures, right? Star Fox
No,
Adventures.
no. That was a while ago.
that was the GameCube.
That was a
one.
GameCube one.
Oh, okay.
That was
game
amazing.
Oh, really? You're one of those people.
Wait, really? The one where he's just on foot with the girl fox and they're just fighting dinosaurs? Isn't that
Dude,
Star Fox
yeah.
Adventures?
Wait, am I misremembering?
You might
It was
be.
it was a Zelda clone.
Yeah, it was a Zelda clone. He had
They
like a
were-
staff and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in the ship. It was.
Dude, maybe I was
Basically-
just a dumb kid, but that was fun.
Yeah, maybe.
that was
dude.
cool.
We were all dumb kids, dude.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Dude, I never played it. I have no comment on the matter. However, I do like Star Fox as an IP. I think
Yeah.
Star Fox is fucking cool, dude. Like
I really hope
Pippi,
this new
Falco,
game-
and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, come on.
I really hope this new game is pretty okay. Well, what are they calling it? F-Zero. Sorry. I'm looking at an F-Zero page.
I don't know what it's
Star
called.
Fox Zero.
Yeah, Star
That's
Fox
what it's
Zero.
called.
They're making a new one.
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
coming out
dude,
later this year. I
I'm
wanna say.
pessimistic. I'm super pessimistic. I think it looks like trash. I think it
It
looks
sort of
awful.
does.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
awful. It looks uninspired.
Why?
It looks like they're cashing in. Like the graphics are super simple, and it doesn't look that different from Star Fox 64.
Isn't that a Nintendo thing though? Just
no,
simple,
no. Like
simple
this
graphics?
looks like it belongs in the Stone Age. Like it looks
Yeah.
awful.
like they're taking it a little far.
yeah, they're taking their own medicine a little bit too much. You know what? That too much Robitussin, dude. Like don't need it. I don't know. No, it looks really bad from what I saw at E3, but I know they delayed it, so
They did delay it.
yeah,
but
they
I-
might be improving it. I don't know, dude. Who knows? We can just be hopeful. We can be hopeful that it'll be better. But yeah, it looks pretty awful, and it looks just the same as Star Fox 64. Which I mean, if you love Star Fox 64, which I did, then it might be cool. But just in general, like I can live without another one. You know, I would want something a little bit new or a little bit better at least. And I'm judging it without it even having come out. So I don't know. It might be great.
When is it supposed to come out?
It's been
March
delayed.
of next year.
Yeah.
So we got quite some bit. It was supposed to come out in November, I believe, like around Christmas
Yeah,
time
it
for
was
us.
supposed to come out this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they did push it back. Which, like
They
from
do
what
that
they
a
showed
lot,
at E3, from what they showed at E3, they probably
should,
needed
yeah.
the extra time.
You know what? I
Um,
think it was Miyamoto who said that. Like, I'm paraphrasing and I'm fucking up his quote entirely, but he said that a game that comes out early is going to be bad probably, but a game that's late is only bad until it comes out. Like it'll be good when it comes out. You know what I mean? Like it'll be good at the time that it comes out, even if it's late. However, if you rush a game, it's just going to be awful. And
Yeah.
so that I feel like he carries that philosophy a lot.
I think
in
that's a
the
that's
IPs
a
that
respectable
he's-
approach.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's great. I mean, I never care for delays that much. I'm not that invested in things that like, oh my God, it needs to come out November. Oh, it needs to come out. Like, I have enough shit on my plate, dude, that I can take a break and wait for a little while. It's not the biggest deal on the planet, but yeah.
Yeah. There aren't that many big games coming out for Nintendo this year.
Xenoblade,
There's Xenoblade. There's
not a big game, but it's big in scope, but not big in popularity.
Well, No. Well, which is it? What is this? This is like the third Xenoblade?
Third or second? I don't know.
Oh,
One
okay.
of the two. But
I have not played the earlier ones, but isn't it just kind of Monster Hunter? Just like a reskin Monster Hunter?
Yeah, it feels like that. However, I would say that it's more of just like a big RPG, and it's
Is there a
focused
story?
more on the story
Oh, okay.
than Monster Hunter is. It's not like a story driven. I wouldn't say it's like completely story driven. I think it's character driven, as most JRPGs are. Like it's
Cool.
just kind of like about what the characters do, how they slice of life their way into this fantasy world, and etc. But it didn't. I don't think the prior titles really hit notes, like
Yeah.
good notes with audiences. But I have good hopes for this one, dude. It looks cool. Like
Yeah,
it looks fun.
it looks pretty.
And especially because Shulk is in Super Smash.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know who Shulk was before he was in Super Smash, and he just makes me interested towards the game, towards the series.
Super
Yeah.
Smash.
Okay, dude.
Super Smash.
Now that is a game I don't think any of us could talk any shit about.
I love it, dude. I love every entry into the
Well-
series without question. No, I love all of them. I love all of them. And from Super Smash on the N64, the GameCube, the Wii, and the Wii U, every single one has been a favorite of mine, dude. Has been in like a top 10 list of like games. Like they're just all good games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mario, which is the one for you? Which is the Super Smash that?
The most recent.
Oh.
from
Oh.
ahead? Oh,
Yeah, from ahead.
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
already know the answer. Same as yours.
Oh,
The
yeah?
most recent.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
easy.
Dude, and let me sort of explain why. So there have been 4 Super Smash games.
Okay.
It's the original one. There was Melee. There was
Brawl.
and then there was this one.
Is this one called anything special? No, right? It's just
Super
4.
Smash Brothers.
It's just
4.
Super Smash U or
Does it
something.
say 4?
I think it's Super Smash U.
Okay.
Yeah, but,
Anyway.
Okay.
So the reason why I have such a deep appreciation of this game is that, between the first Smash and the second Smash, Melee, there were 2 years between those games, a surprisingly short amount of time, okay? And the jump from the original Smash to Melee was huge, It went from this sort of janky old sort of like wooden game.
It felt like an experiment. at
Even
first.
though when we were children, it did
Yeah.
not seem that way.
Oh, it was
Not at all. It
Yeah, I
seemed
know.
absolutely mind-blowing and just
Yeah, but
incredible.
like right now, like it hasn't aged well. But like then
It
again,
has not
like,
aged well.
there's, like,
Yeah.
3 games between that and what we're playing now.
Exactly. And then past Melee, from Melee to Brawl, it was a long time. It was like 7 years.
Yeah.
It was 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And then another 6 years until this new one.
The
That's true.
GameCube had a huge shelf life, dude.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what I was trying to say was, Super Smash has just evolved. It's truly evolved to the point where they're coming close to making like an almost perfect fighting game. And I only say that because they've had so much time to work on this. And it's not like they have to come up with something completely new every time they make a game. It's not like Zelda where they have to make a new story, a new lore, a new everything, and there's super high expectations. Like, before Super Smash came out, didn't you know that they were going to deliver? You didn't really have that many doubts,
Wait,
right?
for the
Because
new
I
one,
certainly
right?
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You
Without
knew
a
they were going to
doubt,
deliver.
I can honestly say you're 100% correct that Super Smash Brothers, in any iteration, I will always expect it to be good, and it will always be good.
Yeah.
It never has disappointed me, and it probably never will, because I feel like as long as that main guy who's doing it, Sakurai, right? Like he's the main person who develops it, or he's like the game director or whatever.
Right.
In Japan, like as long as he's at the helm, I do not think that the game is going to be at any way detrimental to my enjoyment.
No, because it's
Zero, yeah.
going to keep evolving and improving on what it was.
Yeah.
Which, when it comes down to it, is just a fighting game. And, dude, I say the word evolve, and evolve is like, it's a heavy word, to say that something evolve is to evolve.
Dude,
is
you're
to say that-
invoking Darwin, man.
No.
You're invoking Mr. Darwin over here.
It's just crazy where the game has gone now. There's a meta.
Yeah.
Like the characters, it's perfectionism. The game is becoming so good because we have all of this time to play it, and more people are playing it now than ever before.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah.
More people are playing Super
Yep.
Smash Brothers than ever before.
Yeah.
Than the Melee, than Brawl, than the original first one.
Mhm.
So there's so many people playing the game, And the expectations are so high that they just absolutely have to live up to it. And not only live up to it, but continue to improve.
Yeah.
You know, if they see, like, for example, Diddy Kong was just like too OP, you know, at some point. He was number 1 on the tier list or whatever.
Really?
He was just super strong. And they nerfed him, you know? They nerfed him and someone else took his place.
Yep.
And that to me is the definition of an evolution. You know, they're constantly trying to make these characters as balanced and as perfect as they can be.
And it's
Well,
roughly
in a competitive game like this, it's expected for
Yeah.
the developer to follow up and to continue doing this.
But you know, the thing is that Nintendo never supported that kind of competition in
You're right.
Super Smash Brothers until now. And so that's why it's so important. And as Maher is saying, it's like an evolution. This is roughly the first time that they've ever gone in and like changed their game. And they've changed it more than once. They've added a tournament mode. They've nerfed characters. They've buffed characters. It's just a marvel to me that they're doing that now. And it goes to show what Maher is saying, that more people are playing it now than ever.
Dude.
And because it's competitive that they're playing it, you know.
But it's not only Super Smash. They're doing this to their different games as well. They're continuing their support. Like, talk about Mario Kart, talk about Splatoon, talk about like all of their more recent stuff.
They're multiplayer games,
No, even Mario Maker. They put out a
that's
new
true.
patch recently that they added. I think they added some new block or something. I haven't loaded it up yet, so I'm not entirely sure.
And you know what? A lot of it must be like the marvel of modern technology, where that they can make these improvements and just give it to us.
Software updates from
Software
fucking
updates
overseas,
every
like-
day, every day of our lives. You know, like I
But
think
this is something that they would never do, though. This is a very recent
Yes,
thing for Nintendo.
it's a Wii
Yeah.
U thing.
And you know what?
They're a little late to the game, but I'm happy they're doing it.
Dude, you know why I think
They do it well.
Yeah.
They do it very well.
I may be wrong, but I almost think it's inadvertent, like the way that what it's become. Because you know how Nintendo is mostly like it's casual gaming.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
Okay.
No, yeah,
Yeah, it is.
We were just saying how it's only Super Smash Brothers has only recently become like it's become the Nintendo game that's competitive, like actually competitive, right?
Yeah.
Like the first Super Smash Brothers when we were kids having sleepovers and playing that game, it was still fairly. I mean, we thought we were being competitive, but it was still fairly casual, man.
We were just being
Just
cute.
We were
fumbling
just
around,
picking Captain Falcon and fucking Falco punching and
Get
hoping
out of
one
here, dude.
lands.
I was
And when one
Kirby.
lands,
Woo! Kirby all day, dude. Kirby all day,
no,
every day.
yeah,
dude.
yeah. My point is, like, it's become such a good game that it's almost like they couldn't help it becoming competitive.
Yeah, no, it's not in their control at all, dude. Nintendo doesn't. Nintendo.
It's
honestly,
beyond them.
Yeah, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and now they're trying to like get with the times. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Like they're late to the game, dude.
Yeah.
They're late to the game.
They never really supported the competitive stuff
Nope.
for Super Smash.
Nope.
Like, it's a very recent thing. And
That they're
right
running
now, the
tournaments,
players-
giving money, and all this stuff. Like
right now,
okay.
like the game that everyone is still playing now is Melee. People still play that.
They
Really?
do. However, at most tournaments, you're gonna see Melee
Mhm.
and the Wii
new
U
one.
one. Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
see them
the
side
newest
by
one.
side being played.
Melee?
Because yeah, dude, Melee.
Melee?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's a huge following for. Oh god,
No.
Melee.
Yeah, no, John, you're the only person on planet Earth who pronounces the word that way. Melee, dude, like the J.J. Abrams that one time. Like,
Dude.
what the hell, John? It's melee or melee
No,
or whatever.
no,
Melee?
Melee, dude.
You're hilarious, dude.
Melee.
No, I mean
It's
Melee.
Melee.
Oh my goodness.
Melee? Melee sounds
We're
like
going down a really dark rabbit hole. boys.
Melee
That's the
sounds like
worst one.
ugly English, dude.
No, that's the worst one.
Yeah, no. Melee is all good. Melee is I've never heard that. That's awful. So I don't know.
It's kind of crazy how they still play. I mean, that's a 14-year-old game, man. You know?
Yeah.
They think it's the end all be all, and they're doing Project M. You guys know Project M?
Yeah. Project M is
I've never
very
played it.
interesting.
Bro, honestly, like, honest to God, I mean, you guys know my opinions, but you, Mahed, and Emin, but like, I feel like I don't like custom content made by people generally. Like,
Sure.
for instance, like in Dota, I don't like custom games that are made by people. I like the ones made by Valve. And in this case,
Dota
like,
is a custom game made by people, man.
yeah, but now
Yeah,
it's made by
dude.
Valve, who's a real fucking company, and not some shoddy ass people in their garage like making a game. You know what I
Respect the
mean?
origin of that game.
I don't have to respect the origin because I didn't play the origin of the game. I play the game now. But
Fair
like,
enough.
you know, like in the case of Super Smash Brothers, it's like I don't want to play Project M when I can just play the Wii U one. I can just play Super Smash.
But if they
Bros.
make
U.
improvements on certain parts,
But what's an but how do you? That's my question though. How do you qualify it as an improvement? You're saying it's an improvement because you're playing it and it feels better to you, but it's not official. It's not Nintendo sanctioned. It's not Nintendo developed. Like it's literally a bunch of people
if
who
enough
just
people
chime
like
in with
it,
you.
if enough people like it, and if enough people use it, I don't know what the competitive circuit is about Project M.
Oh, it's big. It's huge.
Really, would you say Project M is bigger than just vanilla Melee?
I would say that Project M is trying to overtake Melee, but I don't think that it has yet. I think that I think there's like a backlash. But fucking mad, dude, you're smiling because I keep saying Melee, huh?
I can't
Melee
help it,
or what? Dude,
It's
I'm
too much for me.
I'm conscious every time I say it now. But
Good.
yeah, I think like a lot of like tournaments, like I don't know, Evol and all these like MLG and stuff like that, like they would want, or Project M wants to get involved in that. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a bit of a pushback because
Sure.
Nintendo wants only their games, and even if it's Melee, even if it's old, they'll still want it their game.
Mm-hmm.
I they haven't shut down Project M. They haven't really regarded it as anything but like kind of there
Yeah.
because you need the original game to play it. So they're still getting sales out of it. They don't feel the need to like cease and desist it. But I don't know. Like to me, it's always better to play the product made by the developer unless it's developer like okay, like they said okay, this is like a great
Yeah,
edition,
like
and stuff.
canonized it, or
Yeah, they
yeah.
like it, like if they canonize it, then it's different. But
Yeah.
until then, there's like always going to be the stigma, and there's always going to be, at least for me as a player, like a different vibe that I'm not like I don't get it. I don't get behind it. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't like. But I mean, I wanted to ask actually, or not ask necessarily, but I know that you play Super Smash and
Yeah.
you're deceptively good. As in,
I'm deceptively good. Okay.
yes, because
I play differently. I play different characters from people normally do.
Yeah.
Like Zelda.
Zelda,
Yeah.
Samus, but like I feel like you don't play that much compared to a lot of us, and you're still like at a comparable level to all
Just
of
naturally good, baby.
us. Yeah, no, that's
Just
what
naturally
I'm saying,
good,
baby. Dude, I don't know about. I would say
Okay, I
deceptively
grew up.
good.
I grew up with fighting games though.
So what? fighting
Tekken.
games? Oh, okay, yeah.
Like I grew up with Tekken 2.
Were
I
you
grew
into
up-
Street Fighter?
Not
Any-
really. I never got into Street Fighter. I got into Tekken a lot. I got into Soul Calibur a lot.
I love Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
I love Tekken
That
as
was
well.
a great game.
Yeah.
Dude, Soul Calibur for the GameCube with Link was the bee's knees. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
played that shit, dude. And it was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No. They had Heihachi in the PlayStation one. They had
Yeah.
Spawn in the Xbox one.
Yeah, no. It's,
What?
yeah, no, dude, just straight up
Go
like
figure.
random.
Nuts.
And they had
Absolute
they had
nuts.
Master Chief, I think, in one of them.
What the fuck?
In one of the recent ones, they had Master Chief. They had what's his name? Well, I don't know why I'm saying what's his name. They had Darth Vader
Oh,
in
yeah.
one of them.
yeah,
They had his
Yoda.
apprentice, I think, in one of them
They had
too.
Apprentice,
from
yeah,
the
for the Xbox
Force
360.
Unleashed.
That's Soul
Yeah,
Calibur
no.
4.
Dude,
yeah.
Darth Vader and his apprentice, and by the way, in the Soul Calibur games like that they were in, were overpowered as hell. I played them. I mean, I played Soul Calibur. Like
Yeah.
they were like
Good.
they were just awful. Like they were awful
Yeah.
to verse, and then when you play them, it's like easy squeezy,
Dude,
like
good.
the Force, like no.
Good. I don't care if there's some dude with a large sword, like swinging it at me. It's Darth Vader. Darth Vader could destroy your lungs with his brain, dude.
Yeah, no, he could.
Let him be overpowered.
Who's
It's all good.
your Soul Calibur guy?
Voldo, dude?
No shit.
Yeah, dude.
Weird.
Voldo, the weirdest character of
Hell
them all,
no.
dude. Because basically Voldo, like I'm horrible in fighting games in period, which I think I told you guys, like I'm awful at that genre of game. But Voldo is the type of character that doesn't punish you for being bad at positioning. So you can attack with Voldo from behind. You can attack with him like
That's true.
wherever you want. So I always pick Voldo because I messed up so much that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Hold
Like,
on, am I misremembering? Is Yoshimitsu in
Oh,
Soul
no, he's in
Calibur?
it. Yeah.
Yoshimitsu
Also in
was my
Tekken.
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
wait, wasn't he first in Tekken?
Yep. He was
Yeah,
originally
dude.
in Tekken, and then they brought him to
Like
Soul Calibur.
no, dude,
He's
he
a
had the
weird
whole-
fuck.
Dude, he
No,
does
yeah, he's
the
cool.
jump
Yeah, he hops on his sword
he
and
hops
like
on his sword
He
like
stabs
a
himself. He has a move that
He
he
sta-
stabs himself.
What does that do though? What does that move do?
You knock off half of your HP.
For what?
You can hit the guy behind you if he's,
Oh, that's
if
the
he's
only
like right
reason?
behind you. Yeah, he has a lot of weird fucking shit. He changes his sword into a helicopter and he starts flying around.
Okay,
Yoshimitsu's weird, boys.
oh good.
Oh, dude, Yoshimitsu's bomb though.
Yeah.
Like Yoshimitsu.
No, yeah, he's cool. My
Mm.
character was Mitsurugi. You guys remember him?
I don't. Can
The-
you remind me?
The Japanese samurai.
I
In
don't remember
Tekken
him
or
either.
Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mitsurugi. That guy. Okay, dude.
Sure.
I'm sure I remember
All right,
him.
John.
Like if I saw him. No, yeah, no. What, dude?
No.
That's how you gotta Yoshimitsu. That's how you say that shit, dude. Come on. They even say it that way in the game.
No,
That's
there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
yeah,
not at all.
That's how they say it in Soul Calibur, in Tekken. Like that's how they announce it when you pick the character. That's how they say
No,
it.
don't worry. I'm not going PC on you, man.
Oh,
Don't-
dude.
don't-
Woo, woo.
No, I'm
No, dude,
not.
no
I'm not
PC,
going PC,
please.
bro. Well, going back to Nintendo, I was just gonna say my character is Luigi. It'll always be.
Oh,
Luigi.
in Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
Super Smash. I originally started playing Luigi just so I could shame my roommates or like other people I'd play, even though my roommates were good. You know, I'd choose Luigi just so I could beat someone with Luigi and
Yeah,
just
he
like
wa- I
plank and
remember
just
when
be
he
a
was your
complete
gimmick.
dick. Yeah, he was a gimmick. He was
Yeah.
my gimmick, and I played him so much as a gimmick that I just became better with him than anybody else.
Makes sense.
So I
dude.
just started playing Luigi as my main. He's just great, dude. He's just great.
Who's your character, John?
I have a different character in every Smash. So for the first Smash, it was Kirby.
Okay.
For Smash Melee, it was Falco. For Brawl, it was Sonic, and for the Wii U, it's Greninja.
Right. on.
I'm all about Greninja, dude. I honestly think he's probably one of the best characters. Like he's so fun to play.
Yeah.
Like people always spam his sneak, that like the B side,
Right.
to get like just like distance and all this stuff. I spam the Shuriken. I think Shuriken is his best move. Shuriken is the best move.
If you charge it up fully, doesn't it launch someone up?
Yeah,
And
it
you can just
launches
follow
someone
up
up.
with your
You can
combo.
also charge it prematurely, and it like surprises people. It goes through shields sometimes. Like if you pull your shield down like beforehand, it'll hit them. Like it's just like a very versatile move.
Cool.
And it sets you up for the rest of your combos,
No,
really.
Greninja's great.
Yeah,
Greninja's
no.
great.
And if you do it off the ledge, dude, easy squeezy. If I get a shuriken off you on the ledge, like you're done for.
He's boring as fuck though after you win the game, and it's like their expressions, like he's just like standing.
He is, yeah, no, because he's supposed to be like a stoic ninja or
Yeah,
this
yeah,
or
yeah,
that,
no.
dude. But like lighten
Using
up,
his
dog.
tongue as a scarf. Fuck
No,
that.
yeah.
I think that was a dumb. I honestly think he's a badly designed Pokemon, but I still think he's probably my favorite fighter in the game.
Man, Pokemon's getting weird. They have a lot of really weird Pokemon.
dude.
Let's not get into that.
Dude, honestly, yeah, no, Maher's right, dude. That's a separate podcast.
That's a different. Yeah,
I'm
that's a
looking at
different
John's
conversation.
face, and he's turning red.
Uh-oh.
I can talk about Pokemon for. I mean, I still play the entries to the series or whatever,
Sure.
and I don't think it's any different from the day that it started till now. Like it's the same kind of designs, but people are blinded by nostalgia to think that the first 150 are better. Like I think that's the case. Pretty much, dude.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like I wish they would add more Pokemon into Smash. That would be cool. But they're making a Pokemon game, a Tekken Pokemon mix. I mean, did you hear about that shit?
I did. Pokken Tournament.
Yeah, Pokken Tournament. It's basically Tekken, but all Pokemon.
It's not basic. It's third person. It's like behind the shoulder. It's
No.
like that kind of game. I
No.
think.
No, it's It's like a Tekken game.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Like
Unless
Street
you mean,
Fighter, like it's just one.
unless you mean that because the arena is like a little more 3D, right?
I guess like
3-dimensional.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, yeah, it's very different than Tekken because
the
Tekken is like a
videos, yeah.
quote unquote 2-dimensional, but it's very much like Tekken in the sense of the combos that you would pull off, the
Sure.
controls and everything. Like it's a Tekken game in a more 3D environment to match like a Pokemon battle,
Yeah.
pretty much.
All the videos that I've seen of it, it doesn't look like a Tekken, like 1v1 side by side kind of side scrolling sort of game.
Yeah, no,
it
it's
seems
not
a
like
little
that in that
different.
sense. Maybe
Yeah.
I misspoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks fun, dude. It looks super fun, and they
That
have
game
a
looks
weird
pretty cool.
cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gengar and shit. Like, come on, dude. I'm easy Gengar.
They
dude. Easy
gave
Gengar.
Pikachu a luchador mask,
Yes, they did.
and he's a wrestler.
Yeah,
and he
no.
does like suplexes on people.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Straight up
sign
luchador
me
Pikachu.
up, man. Where do I sign up?
great.
Dude,
Yeah.
where do you sign up? Nintendo.
That's been out in yeah, I guess so. That's been out on Japanese arcades for like the last 6 months
They
or
get
so. I believe.
everything early, man.
Dude,
It's not fair.
You're telling me some shit, dude. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know they've
That
just been
and the
playing
new
it.
Tekken. The new Tekken has been out there. Tekken 7 has been out there for a year.
Honestly,
in
I didn't even know
arcades.
they were still making Tekken.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming out soon. I'm sort of
Very
excited
soon?
for that. Yeah, I think so.
Wii U?
No,
No.
no.
Oh,
It's
I
a
thought it
Tekken
was-
game.
Yeah, it might be on the Wii U. I don't know.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
Isn't it exclusive? Is
No.
it or no?
No. It's probably going to be on Xbox and
Oh, it's just
PlayStation
on the
and
big
PC.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not on the.
Yeah.
It's not on the casual gaming guys.
No.
I don't know.
Nintendo not going to get the new Street Fighter either. Which is
well,
a little sad.
I never cared for
The
Street
new
Hey, man,
Street Fighter
you-
looks
you could call-
fantastic.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, looks really good.
Whatever, bro.
They've
Street
changed a lot
Fighter to
about
me
it.
is just like.
Dude, I was gonna say you can call Nintendo casual, but whenever I wreck people with Luigi and I go bang bang after the game, it doesn't feel casual.
Oh yeah, I know it doesn't
that
feel.
feels personal.
Bang bang doesn't feel casual, dude.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay, well,
Fucking-
taking a quick turn, we have a few emails.
we have emails, dude.
We have a few emails sent in
emailing
from
us?
wonderful people. So let's answer a few of these and then we'll call it a day.
I'm down.
So this one is Too Eager for Beavers. First
Fantastic.
things first, what is the beer version of a sommelier?
What?
So a sommelier is a kind of an expert of wine. Someone who,
Oh.
talks about wine, enjoys wine.
Oh.
What is a beer version of a sommelier? I feel as though there must be a word to describe what all three of you are proving to be week in, week out. If there isn't a word, please make one up. Educate us in the next podcast and make a dictionary.com entry.
Does dictionary.com accept entries?
Or Urban Dictionary.
Oh, there
So
we
like
go.
probably Urban
Yeah.
Dictionary.
I don't know, man. A word for a beer connoisseur? That's not so McFutso to me. I don't know. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Yeah,
A nice word, huh? A nice little phrase.
a
here.
nice little phrase. Should it have the word beer in it?
I know because whatever the hell that other word was didn't have wine in it.
Sommelier.
Yeah, whatever, bro. It doesn't have
Pretentious word.
sommelier. Well, wine
Pretentious
is
question, really.
Yeah. Very
wine is a pretentious
question.
drink. First of all, like wine is
man.
a very pretentious drink.
Let's
period.
not start calling everything pretentious.
Okay. I don't know, dude. I don't know what a word would be like. Well, if you're collecting beer or you love beer or you have like a inclination towards beer or anything, you would be called a connoisseur, right? So you're a connoisseur of that thing.
Okay. But we should make up something.
Yeah, this dude's looking for us to come up with some.
Too eager for beavers, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Let me think. In this long life of mine, what word
We
would
can
be
get
good?
back to this. There is a second part of this email.
Of that email or
Of this
or
email.
a question?
No, of this
Oh,
email.
please go on.
Secondly, when is the long-awaited Kilikia beer review coming? So, Kilikia is an Armenian beer, and do they sell it here? Do you know where they sell it here?
I don't think they sell it here, but it's for the best because it's complete shite.
I've never had it.
Is it
Never had-
really? No, isn't
It's
Kilikia
shite.
the good one?
No, the good one is Kotaik Gold
Right.
of the Armenian
Right.
beers. Kotaik Gold. That's a delicious beer. Kilikia is just.
We need to-
Ooh.
What would you
Okay.
compare it to? In like American beer.
Okay, I can
Okay,
give you a description.
better or worse than Oculi? Or whatever this
Yeah,
beer was
okay,
that we
yeah,
just
that's a
drank
good
it.
question.
Okolto?
Occulto.
Colto.
I don't know. It's worse. Let me tell
Wow,
you.
dude.
Whoa.
Let me tell you what Kilikia is. Kilikia is Heineken.
Okay.
That's just been like old Heineken, like old shitty Heineken.
Sitting out in the sun all day or something? I
Yeah,
don't know.
like a skunk like farted on like a bottle of Heineken.
Oh.
All right, dude. Damn, I never want to try this national Armenian beer ever.
I've had a bad experience.
Well, I'm gonna try to get my hands on this for next week.
Dude, I'm sure there's
So-
there's a Armenian market somewhere that sells it. Bring.
I don't think the FDA would approve that beer though.
Wait, why?
The way he's talking about it, man.
No,
they'd
the way
approve it.
Maher's talking about it.
They'd approve it. I wouldn't.
You know what? If we can find either Kilikia or Kotak Gold, I would drink either for next week. Yeah. But I don't know. We're going to have to review it in some kind of legitimacy. But Maher, you paint a very bleak picture of this beer. That kind of makes me think that I never want to try it.
No, you
So-
don't. You don't.
Oh,
well,
man.
maybe you do.
Try it and never have it again.
You do when you're in a you're not going to be in a shitty bar in Armenia, but you might be, and there are no other options. But that's pretty much the only situation you'd get that beer,
All
in
right.
my opinion. Anyway, that ridiculous question is probably gonna have to be sat on and brought back next week or something.
Absolutely.
I think that's what we're gonna do, and we will deliver. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Too Eager for Beavers.
Too Eager for
Alright,
Beavers.
sounds
We
good.
will get back to you, Too Eager for
Yeah.
Beavers.
We have
appreciate
one
your
more.
question.
We have one more quick question before we call it a day. This is from Vahakan. If Maher and Emin's beards were gladiators and they fought in a battle to the death, what would happen? What weapons would they use? which would win? And what would their gladiator names be?
Oh,
Would Caesar John give a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
okay, dude. So you guys gotta tell
All
me
right.
what's going on, and I'll give you the.
Okay,
thumbs
well,
up or down.
There has been
Great work, Fok.
a great crisis on my end because my beard is gone.
Ah!
And you look like a child.
I look 10 years younger. I'm cold all the time.
That's about it, huh? You
about
really
it.
do look different. You look absolutely different. And so you know what? You're wearing a black jacket right now,
I am.
and the collar's coming up a little bit, right? So when you're standing up, like it comes up. And I swear to God, when you were like leaning down to like fix the microphones and shit, like I thought that the collar of your jacket was your beard, because I
the
can't
ghost of my
imagine you
beard.
without a beard.
If
Oh,
if,
man.
if our facial hairs at this point right now were to fight, it would be like the mountain fighting a 9-year-old child.
The mountain and the viper.
Okay.
The
so,
mountain being me.
So Maher, your beard at its prime, and Emin's beard at its prime, answer Vahak's
Oh
question.
no! You know what? I'll concede. Emin has those thick Assyrian genes. Emin's beard is just too magnificent for words.
Ooh.
I can put all the beard oil or all that bullshit, and I could groom it as well as I'd like, but there's no match.
Damn,
for
dude. So
Emin.
you're not giving the Caesar like a nice show. You're just gonna concede. You're not
Oh
gonna
no
even.
no! If you listeners could look at Emin's beard in its prime, you'd completely understand.
Well, you guys can check out the first episode because we have all three of our pretty faces over there.
Oh yeah,
Beards
dude.
and all.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah, I agree with you, Maher. I think Emin's beard would just win. It's always too clean. It's too clean. Like it's very like
Yeah.
whereas like your beard would be like a very messy gladiator. Like it would be Crixus. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Spartacus or like even know about the history
Nope.
of Spartacus.
No.
They were both gladiators. They were both slaves, and they both revolted against Rome and like saved a bunch of slaves, but they died, right? So basically, your gladiator would be Crixus. Your beard would be Crixus, who's very like barbarian-esque. He's very messy. He's very thing, but he's very showy. And Spartacus, who like comes into that. And he comes
Right.
into it from affection and discipline and like this longing to be with his wife and everything. That's your beard, I mean. And
I'll take
honestly,
it.
I think Spartacus would just simply win against Crixus any day of the week. And as a Caesar, I would give it a thumbs up because it would be a good fight.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, easy.
So I would live.
You would live. Maher would die.
I'd be critically wounded. Fair enough.
I
man.
wouldn't kill you. My beard wouldn't kill
You
you.
would have to kill
I
him
know.
because it's not your choice. You're a slave.
But you
right?
gave a thumbs up. That means he lives, right?
Oh, is that how it works? That
I
if
think
I give
so.
a thumbs up,
I think if
that
you
he
give a
would-
thumbs down, that
That's
means
right.
like I kill
No,
him.
I give a thumbs up, you die. Or a thumbs down. Wow, I'm completely confused.
So will you
I-
give him a thumbs
You'd
down?
be a shitty Caesar, dude.
Yeah, no, I'd be a shitty Caesar because I'd be too drunk all the time. But I'd give you a
Or
thumbs
give a thumbs
down.
up. Why the fuck didn't you kill him?
No, I would give you a thumbs down to die, dude, because
Uh-oh.
as well as you guys fought, you deserve an honorable death in the arena.
What would your beard name be?
My beard name?
Yeah, that's part of the question. I would give
Oh.
mine a very strong Assyrian name.
What?
Probably like Ashur.
Okay. Well, no, don't give it.
Ashur.
Don't do it. Don't give it Ashur.
Why not?
Because in the show Spartacus, Ashur is a piece of shit character. So don't do that.
Well, I don't care about him.
Yeah, but like you know,
All right, fine.
just-
I'll put my middle name, Atur.
I like Atur. I like Atur a lot. Okay.
How about that?
I'd give my beard a strong Armenian name.
Okay.
The strongest name I could think of.
Okay.
What?
Khosrov.
Oh man.
Khosrov,
Oh, that's
dude?
a harsh name, isn't it? Khosrov.
Khosrov, the
Oh,
beard
man.
gladiator, dude.
That's such a harsh name. I can't even. I don't even know if I've ever met a Khosrov below the age
I know
of 60 years
Khosrov.
old. Like,
Yeah, our age.
can you
Yeah.
can you
Really?
our age?
Yeah,
you know
I know.
Khosrov our
Whoa.
age?
Yeah, I know
Cool.
Khosrov our age,
That's nuts.
and he's the only one I know.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
nuts. Can you imagine like interacting with a baby Khosrov? Like,
No.
how do you?
I
like,
would.
"Hey,
I would.
Khosrov. Hey, Khosrov.
Khosi.
Khosi.
It's strange.
What do you call him for short? Do you call him something for short?
No, I just say Khosrov.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, like, it's easy for me to pronounce, probably not for like,
Yeah,
Americans or
others,
whatever.
yeah.
Like,
Does he live in the United States?
yeah, dude. Well, he went to school in England for college, but yeah, he lives here.
Wow, credit
Yeah.
to him, dude.
Yeah.
Credit
Yeah, he
to
lives
him
here. He went
for
to like
living
PCC, I think, and
in
all
this
this.
country with that name.
Yeah.
It's a cool
Good
name
for him.
though.
Yeah.
I like
Oh
Khosrov.
no.
but
Yeah. It's
I like-
fantastic.
I like names that start with like Khoran, Khosrov. I like those like very like you'll never hear them in any other culture type of names.
Yeah.
And they suit me just fine, dude.
Yeah.
But if that's the name of your beard, dude, maybe I'll have to rethink where my thumb's at. Yeah. Might be up, dude. I might let you live because of your name.
Thanks, man.
No problem, dude.
Okay, guys. We've been talking quite a bit. I think that does it for us.
Yeah, man.
If you guys have some more questions, please send it over to mail@thenextlevel.com. and we'll get to it. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Have a
Yep.
good night.